Alrighty, welcome to week 1 of 27 of my road to LA Marathon. This week is just going to be around easy running, easy paces. My left foot feels much better this time around, so I am going to just take the first week to just kind of ease myself in. Don't go out too hard, don't get re-injured. I want to make sure I do continue to last all the way through my 27 weeks. I was lucky enough where my entire last training plan, I did not get injured until the actual marathon. So this time I'm going to hopefully aim for the same minus the injury at the marathon part. But nonetheless, I do have 4 runs this week and I'll kind of explain all of the stuff I'm doing. This was all self-created, this first week was. After that, I'll be following a full-fledged runner training plan. Stay tuned for the middle of the video because I will be going through my actual training plan, what runner things I will run my full marathon in, which is actually kind of surprising. So you don't want to miss that. But nonetheless, let's get into it. Let's go through my first run of the week on Monday. Let's go. On Monday, we had an easy run, 3 miles on the treadmill, nothing crazy. Average pace was 13 minutes flat, jamming out to some Tiesto, and it just felt good to not be in pain while I'm running. On Tuesday, we had an easy 3-mile run on the treadmill as a tempo run, about half a mile warm up, 1 mile at 12:30 pace, and then 1 mile at 12 pace. Nothing crazy. Was testing out the Vomero Pluses here, and it was a great time. I actually like that shoe a lot. All right, we are here. It is Wednesday. Today we're gonna be doing an easy 4-mile run in the Vomero Pluses. I'm actually looking forward to it because I had my first run in them yesterday, and they were absolutely amazing on the treadmill. Want to see how it translates into the actual road. This week I just want to kind of take it in, get my routine back on track. Still running a lot slower than I was running for my marathon prep, which is okay because now I need to rebuild my base because I did take quite some time off from running. So yeah, we're gonna get it done today and I'll report back after it's in. Cool. The worst part about training outdoors, I'm at 180 on my supposedly zone 1, but can't keep it. I mean, honestly, I feel fine. I can even talk, but my heart rate just shoots up crazy. So I gotta walk just to make sure it stays below. Effort's gotta be low. So okay, it's coming down 176. All right, it's 4 miles done. Definitely a freaking hard. Well, I guess not really hard, but my heart rate was all over the place. It was in the 180s towards the end. I was running my zone 1 pace, which is around 13:30, and I was in my 180s because it's just so hot today. I had to take a few walking breaks, but it's all right. I try to maintain my heart rate as much as I can. Still ended average, I think 170. So good lesson overall. I haven't run outside in a very long time. So this was very nice and kind of humbling because I know I have to train for this heat. So I have a lot of work to do, but glad that we got 4 miles in today. Keep going. Alrighty guys, so midweek check-in. As you guys have seen, I have been struggling with some of the zone 1, what I used to consider zone 1 paces, which around 13 minutes a mile. Now because of the weather and also just because it's been so long since I've last ran, because of my foot injury, I've just lost a lot of cardio. I've lost a lot of fitness. So I just got to get it all back and kind of just start off from square one. It is frustrating because I know what my body is capable of, but at the same time, I got to trust the process and I got to know that if I wanted to be injury-free this whole time until the marathon, I got to make sure I follow along and go at the pace my body is telling me to. So let's get into first and foremost what marathon I'm running. And as I mentioned before, I am running the LA Marathon in 2026 of March. It will be so much fun. I have seen so many countless videos of some people doing the LA Marathon. It looks like it's such a fun course, a lot of hills, a lot of crowd support, which I know I love. When I ran the Orange County Marathon, that was something that really stood out to me, that motivated me to keep going, was the crowd, how supportive they are. And I know LA Marathon will also show up just the same as well. So cannot wait for that. From now until then, it is 27 weeks. So it fits perfectly because my entire training plan is 27 weeks. I will mention here is that I do mention in my other 2 videos that I have been referencing this week as week 0. That's what I had initially planned, because this whole week was planned by myself. I didn't actually do the runner training plan. I thought when I generated that plan, it would be the plan starting week 1, which would be next week. But it actually counted this current week as week 1. So I apologize if I keep calling it week 0. It's actually week 1. And my week 2 is the one that's generated by Runna. But nonetheless, it's 27 weeks away. Cannot wait. But let's get into some predictions. And this is what you guys are here for. This is the interesting part, because as you guys know, with my history with Runna and all my other races, I use them exclusively for all my runs I did last year, starting from my 5K, 10K, half, and my full. I use them exclusively, and they always overestimated how well I am as in terms of physically and how fast I can run the races. Each time they have overestimated my timing. I can't blame it too much, because my marathon, I should have ran it sub 5, and that was what I was pacing towards, and pretty much around mile 9 when my injury happened. That's where everything kind of fell apart. But I ended my marathon around 6 hours and 20 minutes roughly. As you guys know, with Runna, you put in your timings of the race that you've ran most recently, hopefully, and that was whether it's a half marathon, 5K, 10K, whatever it is, or full marathon. You put that timing in, and it generates a plan based on your pace for that specific race. And so for my marathon, when I did it this time, I put at 6 hours. I said I can do a marathon in 6 hours, and it generated a plan. And here are the results, and this is the surprising part. It thinks after 27 weeks, my 5K timing right now is predicted that I should be running my 5K around 35 minutes and 20 seconds. Probably, I think maybe I'm a little bit faster, but in 27 weeks, I should be able to run that in 26 minutes and 5 seconds. For my 10K, it thinks my current timing is 1 hour and 15 minutes. I ran my 10K at 1 hour and 9, but it thinks after 27 weeks, I should be at 55 minutes, which is awesome. My half marathon, it has me at 2:49, which is kind of spot on to where I ended. And it's saying my half marathon should be 2 hours and 3 minutes at the end of 27 weeks. And finally, for my marathon, it thinks my current estimation is 6 hours, which is what I put in, and I should finish in 4 hours and 19 minutes. That is quite a leap. That's almost an hour and a half, more than that, and I'm not so sure about that. But nonetheless, I appreciate the optimism. Thank you, Runna. You have a lot more hope and faith in myself than I do probably, but I'll be realistic. My goal is to just run the whole thing, because that's the thing, as I mentioned in my other 2 videos that I made for the marathon, that's what I frustrated the most, was that I didn't finish the race in my own term, which is running the whole race the entire time. So my goal for LA Marathon is going to be running the entire thing, hopefully injury-free. And if I could have a time goal, it would be sub 5. I'm not hoping for this 4:19 that is throwing out there, because there's a lot of variables that may or may not happen. That is an optimistic goal, and I will definitely shoot for it. I know my training plan, I'll be very good about it. I have a lot of things I've changed up this time around versus last time, but I will be aiming for, first and foremost, finishing the thing in my own terms, and secondly, my goal would be sub 5. So with that being said, a lot of cool things happening very, very soon, and I will see you guys later on at the end of this week. Alrighty, we are back. It is Friday. I decided to do my long run today just because, I don't know, kind of felt like maybe on Friday I should do my long run. So here I am. It's only a 5 miler, but it is progressive, so it should be a lot of fun. I still have to work on my, what I told myself I'm going to do, my diet and all that kind of stuff. I'm still working through it this week, so I need to be serious about it next week and start that at that point. Obviously this weekend is when I want to really start, but we'll see if that happens. But for sure Monday I need to be good on my diet and good on my lifting, because my wrist does feel a lot better, so I can start putting weight on it. But let's get this one done nonetheless. I'm in the same park that I normally run at. I'm going to try to run in a different trail just to see, and again, trying to change it up a little bit. But should be a lot of fun. It's overcast today, so I want to take advantage because it's a little chilly. Great, because it's been over 95 degrees in SoCal recently, so let's get it done. It's crazy how much you lose fitness if you don't run for like 3 weeks. I'm at 13:04. I'm dying. Well, about 4 miles in, so but still, this is insane. Didn't think it was possible, but we went back in time. That was a tough workout. It was 5 miles. Yeah, it's funny because this used to be my zone 2. I used to run 12 minutes zone 2, and now this is like my threshold pace. So it's like I'm going back within time, but nonetheless, tough workout, but a good workout. I needed it. I need to reset my mindset that I can't just go back to what I was doing before. Even just taking a month off almost from running has really pushed my entire fitness back. So this is a wake-up call. I'm glad to have it now because I'd rather have it now than the actual training plan. But overall, glad to be it done. And tomorrow we have an easy run. Should be pretty good. I'll make sure that one's fully easy. But tough workout, good workout, eye-opening workout. All right, today is the last day of week 0, and we have just an easy run, 3-miler, doing a treadmill because it's Saturday. A lot going on today, so I want to finish off with the treadmill workout. Should be fun. Probably not gonna get much footage because it's gonna be an easy one. Let's get it done. All right, football is back, ladies and gentlemen. It is Sunday. Time to recap week 1. It was an awesome week. I'm glad I did everything on easy mode this week because it really has shown me that I have a lot of work to do. I know I lost a lot of fitness. I feel like if I would have started off this week with some of the faster stuff, some of the high mileage stuff, I probably would have been a little bit more disheartened and disappointed because my fitness is not quite there. So I'm glad I kind of just took this week as an easy week. Got a lot of good learnings. I had 4 runs that I did this week, all on easy mode. And then my long run was a 5-miler, and as you guys saw there, it was a little bit of a struggle, but we got it done, and we're going to continue to keep going. I also just wrapped up a really fun run with my daughter this morning on Sunday, just because I really want her to get into running and not necessarily like force her into it. She actually asked me, she said, Dad, do you think we can go run sometimes? I see you running everywhere. She actually follows this channel and she loves watching my content. And a lot of times I always say I make this for her, just because I know how much of a joy she gets out of it. But she also wants to take on running herself. She's 9 now, so now she's getting more interested in some of the more athletic stuff, some of the more sports-based stuff. She's really looking into soccer. So I told her, if you want to do soccer, a lot of soccer is running. So why don't we just go run every Sunday? My main thing is to just encourage her to continue to show up every Sunday with me and not make it so difficult that she hates it, So it was fun, and I cannot wait because hopefully, we continue to do this. And she also brings out the joy in running as well as I do. We're watching some amazing YouTube channel. They're called All Heart Community. They're actually located not too far from where I live. And it's a running club, but they actually have a 13-year-old that does marathons. And we were watching the video together of the daughter, the guy's daughter running a marathon. And she did it in sub 3 hours, which was absolutely mind-boggling, right? It just shows how amazing a runner she is. But my daughter was also so motivated. She's like, "Oh, I want, can we run a marathon together?" I'm like, "Yes, of course, we can obviously run a marathon together." So my dream would be also someday running a marathon with my daughter. That thing just be so cool, just because it is something that I personally love, and I love to share the stuff that I love with my daughter too. But nonetheless, awesome week 2. Cannot wait for that week to start because we have some of the faster stuff. Want to see what I can put myself through. I'm changing my entire diet and all that kind of stuff starting next week as well. So being really fully disciplined is what I'm hoping for, and cannot wait for it to start. So I will see you guys in the next video.